I'll give this film credit. It was definitely different, and I was very much immersed by this film. I really liked it. Hey everyone, my name is Ryan, and today on the channel I'm going to be reviewing a horror thriller film called Theseeding, which will be coming in limited theaters on January 26th, and I got an early screener to check this film out a little bit early and tell you guys if it's worth a watch. I want to thank Magnolia Pictures for sending this over to me to check out just a little bit early to tell you guys if it's worth a watch. The film is about a hiker who gets lost and stranded in the desert. He's actually hunted by these gang feral children, and he actually gets tricked by them, and he gets lost down at the bottom of this canyon, and he has really no hope or other options. The film stars Scott Haze and Lyn Sheil and was directed by Barnaby Clay, and he's done one other film before, but I've actually never seen anything that he's actually done. Now, I didn't know nothing about this movie. What I did see that it was coming to the release schedule, and I saw that it was a horror film, and I'm like, I'm in. I didn't read the synopsis at all, and I went into it completely blind, and also didn't watch a trailer either. The film took 19 days to actually shoot, and they shot it in Utah in the desert, and you can really tell that they have love and care for the product here with the cinematography, different aerial shots. I love that it's in the stranded desert. It definitely reminded me of The Hills Have Eyes. In the opening scene, they have this child actually chewing on a limb, and I was like, oh yes, I really like this. I love the setup, and I love the fact that this man, he actually gets lost, he gets tricked, and he's stranded in the desert in these canyons, and he has nowhere to go. And you're thinking to yourself, well, how the heck is this man actually going to get out alive? The acting is done really well here. You have Scott Haze, who plays a character named Wyndham, and when he gets trapped in this canyon, and he's just kind of surrounded in what I would say like a tulip bowl in the middle there with the canyon surrounding him, he really has no hope. He meets this woman named Alina, played by Lyn, and she is very, very quiet. She doesn't have a lot to say. She offers him a place to stay, food to eat, and he's just really taken back by this. And the whole land where she's actually staying at there at the bottom of the canyon, she's staying in like a little trailer, and the trailer looks like a piece of crap. It's just very banged up. It's very dirty. It looks like it's bloody. There's different symbolism that is in the yard that she has. She has wind chimes that are made with spoons, and you can tell that she lives kind of a very poor life. And there's definitely something sinister really going on. And I love that this film, it takes its time building up. It's definitely a slow burn film. While it isn't all the way just guns blazing with blood and gore, it definitely has its moments with, I think, is very represented very well. I think the music and the score in here is done very exceptionally well. There are times in here where they do a really good job of building the suspense. Definite horror sounds, chiming, different kind of sounds that they throw in here that I could really appreciate. And I did like that to really elevate the film, especially in times where you're just like, well, what the heck is going to happen here? You just feel a sense of dread, a sense of doom. But then you're also in awe too, because you have a beautiful scene here with canyons everywhere. It just looks absolutely beautiful. The sun's out. You can really actually appreciate and take this scenery all in, even with the movie feeling like there is a sense of dread and a sense of hopelessness for both of our characters. Besides our main leads, we also have the feral children who are actually at the top of the canyon just mocking this man. He wants to escape, he sees them at the top there, and they offer to throw a rope down and actually pull him up. He gets about halfway up, and these kids, you can tell they're very vile, they're very cruel, they have no actual compassion towards humanity, and there's a part where a guy just literally whips out his dick and he pisses all over him, and you can really tell throughout this film that these children, they're not your normal kind of children, and they have a lot of shenanigans that they're actually trying to inflict on this man, and this really drives the man actually really crazy, because as the days go on and he's stuck down in this canyon, he just goes ballistic. He's with this woman who doesn't really talk, doesn't really reveal too much about herself. However, she does have a caring kind of touch for him, and you see that unravel. The film is divided up into these different chapters. They have different kind of chapters like Harvest Moon, Blood Moon, and they have this disturbing little plate where they have like a dead bird, and they have like all this like little symbolism that they're actually throwing into the film. If you really pay attention to the film and you see the different depictions that this woman actually has outside her house, you can really get an idea of the mixed messaging that this film is trying to actually accomplish and tell you. It has a little bit of messages towards birth, how hard childbirth actually is. There's other things in here where it really goes on to talking about the male and how they're really involved. And I really did like that messaging because it really did show what was actually going on and the bigger picture, and just some of the things in this film. It's completely messed up. The other thing too with this film, as the days go on, you really see this main guy, Wyndham, just really go off the deep end. He really starts losing his cool. You can really start to see him really grow out facial hair. His hair's getting longer. He's getting really dirty, and you can tell that he's just really getting sick of this treatment, and he's just stuck here at the bottom of this canyon. So it's like, well, what should he do? And things really start to unravel really quickly. It gets sinister very quickly. When it hits, it's just like, wow, that's what it is. And I'm just like, wow, I really did like that reveal. I kind of figured a little bit about where it was going, especially with some of the actual foreshadowing in the depictions of pictures in here, and just some of the things that was actually going on. I kind of had a little bit of clues that were going on. There is some tension a little bit in this film. It may not be enough for some people. This film may feel a little bit slow, but I was very intrigued and very much immersed by the imagery around, the cinematography around, and the overall acting as well, because I really, for a while, was just thinking, I don't know exactly where this is going, and then certain things that started happening, I was like, I think I know where this is going. So some people, they may feel like it could be a little bit predictable, but I didn't really feel like I was bothered by that. I felt overall the story and narrative, maybe it could have used a little bit of touching up here and there, especially with the feral kids, maybe a little bit more background. But even though the film is a slow burn, I think there's enough there to actually entertain. It is an artsy film, and I understand that some people are not all into the artsy-fartsy indie horror, but I did actually enjoy this film for what it was. So that's why I would give it a score of 3.5 out of 5. However, I want to hear from you guys. What did you think about the seeding? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you just think it was kind of meh? And if you haven't checked it out, is it something that you're going to check out in the theater if it's near you, or are you going to check it out on streaming when it comes out? I will see you guys on my next review. Thank you for watching.